Hey guys, welcome back to Kuni II. This is TJ, your gamer girl, signing on. So, last episode, we finished up with Hydropolis and got them to join the Union, and then we saved Broadleaf, met Bracken, who is our final teammate, and got them to join the Union too, so the only one left is Ding Dong Dell.
If I may be so bold. Now,
As to the matter I wish to discuss with you all, we have been receiving some rather unsettling news of late from within the kingdom. There are reports of certain resources being unaccounted for, and of a suspicious hooded character having been sighted. These, among several other developments, have become a cause of some concern. A robed swab, you say? And a shady sort to boot, So we've a thief on our number, eh? That ain't good. That ain't good at all. No, not good. Not good.
Golly.
Could there really be people in our kingdom who would do such things? I suppose this robed person would be able to tell us.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously the one doing the stealing. Guess it's not such a surprise. Security around here isn't exactly what you'd call tight.
Now listen here.
Let's say we convene as a little powwow to talk about how to catch this pilferer of ours, Tonight after dinner, perhaps? After all, 'tis best to strike while the iron's hot with such matters as these, wouldn't you say, Roland lad?
no.
Sorry, can't make it. I've been working too hard. Need to catch up on a little sleep. But if it's urgent, feel free to go ahead without me. Roland, please, you're not helping! You're not helping matters! Please! Evan means too much to you! Very well. Roland, I hope you enjoy your rest. You deserve it.
Thanks.
I will. And Batu's the only one that heard about it. Because they apparently don't want to tell anyone else.
You have my thanks.
I must thank you again for providing us with such items and with the items and information we require, Roland. Don't mention it. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Now,
There is one thing I've been meaning to ask.
what?
Why do you serve such a kingdom, a fledgling realm populated by bandits and vagabonds? Surely there are places better suited to someone of your inestimable talents. I guess I am kinda used to performing on a bigger stage. Maybe it's time I went someplace else where they appreciate me a little more. Enemy is a relative term, after all. Sage words indeed.
Well,
You have done more than enough to earn our gratitude. Should you ever wish for a change of scenery, you would be welcome to join us. The dog. So he's selling his soul to the highest bidder now, is he? And if that's so, then... Come on. This doesn't help. At all. Batu, say something!
So, Roland, get up to much last night, did you? Meet with any interesting characters?
last night? I don't know what you're talking about.
Spare us your lies. You're a traitor, man. Fixing to leave our little kingdom behind for bigger and better. Don't bother to deny it.
Roland? Surely not.
Surely so, lad. Or did ye think it a coincidence that our precious resources only go missing on this treacherous dog's watch? And what of the shady fella in the cloak he met with this past evening? Just an old pal come for a chinwag, was he? I'd like to hear ye explain that little lot away, Mr. President.
There must be some mistake. Mustn't there, Leander?
One should not rush to judgment on the basis of hearsay alone, but I must say this does seem somewhat irregular.
What?
There you have it. Now sling your hook before I sling it for you, you scurvy swine.
So that's how much trust I've earned, huh? Good to know. Maybe I would be better off someplace else. Someplace my talents will be appreciated.
He as good as admits it.
So long, Batu. Evan.
Roland, you can't!
Not even the slightest attempt to defend himself. One cannot help but wonder if Batu's suspicions were well-founded.
No!
Well now.
And who are you? Forgive me, Chief Consul. Or should I say former Chief Consul? So you saw that too, huh? Well, what do you want with me? Why, to engage in your services, of course. You have information that will be quite useful to us, I'm sure. That's quite the offer. What exactly did you have in mind? For one such as yourself? Oh, plenty, my friend. Plenty. But if you wish to learn more, you must speak with my master. Oh yeah? Who might that be? Why, King Malsiner, of course. There's no need to be coy. Well, well. Looks like I landed on my feet. This all has to be a plan. Please? Roland?
Blimey.
He didn't come back all night. And we've sent Numbish after him, and he hasn't reported back either.
Oh.
King Malsiner awaits you in the throne room. Please make your way straight ahead. And on that note, I must leave you. I do hope that your conversation with His Majesty proves fruitful. Roland, you better have a damn good explanation for this. I thought heaven meant more to you than that. Meant something to you at all.
Greetings.
What a pleasure. It seems an age since we last met. So much has happened since I took my rightful place upon the throne. Your Majesty.
Well, well, well.
So, this is the famous Roland. Well, well, well. Ah, but I'm forgetting myself. I am Chancellor Vermine. Charmed, I'm sure. I have been following your work with great interest. To have made an almost viable ruler of young Evan is quite the feat. Yes, a sterling achievement. I'm flattered. I remember very well how you thwarted my designs for our young friend, but rest assured I bear you no ill will on that account, so long as I can use you for my own evil deeds. I have been examining your nature, your actions, and I've decided that you and I may be able to come to an arrangement. Glad to hear it, and good of you to get straight to the point.
All right.
Shall we get down to business? My terms are simple. I want power, and maybe a little money too. Give me those and I'll give you what you want. I'll even give you Evan. Very well. I believe in making the best use of the talents of those in my employ.
Forgive me.
But I will require you to prove yourself first. Oh yeah? Yes. We prepared a little test for you in the dungeons. Let us see if your loyalties are really as fluid as you claim. Tawny said something about Numbish not having reported back. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? On that note, why are we following Roland when he's supposed to have betrayed Evan? I still have my hopes up that he didn't actually betray Evan. But so far it's not looking so good.
Huh?
I freaking know it! How did you get yourself into this mess, Numbish?
Master Roland!
You're one of Batu's men.
Aye, that I am. Kumbish is the name.
Kumbish, excuse me. Sorry.
This gentleman was apprehended after being observed behaving suspiciously in our airspace. It is our belief that he is a spy.
Curse you, you devils! Didn't I say already? I was looking for Master Roland.
For me? Why?
Forgive me, Your Honor. Seems I made a blunder.
You sure did. And why am I not surprised?
Now, Mr. Crane, to our test. Let us see where your allegiance truly lies. Dispatching one of your former allies should provide us with adequate proof that you are ready to serve a new master.
No, no. Listen here, you rat-faced swab, you.
Is something the matter? Surely you are capable of such a straightforward show of commitment? Or could it be that we have an imposter in our midst?
Don't get ahead of yourself. Let's just say I prefer to use my own methods.
Master Roland! No! We're shipmates! You can't just...
Sorry. It's nothing personal. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ah! Curse you for the traitor you are! Ah! Ooh!
Well, happy now?
Happy enough.
It's been days now, man. When's the old roly-poly coming on, mate?
Yeah.
Kunbish never came back after we sent him out to look for him either. Where did Roland disappear to? We have to go and look for him. He might need our... He needs nothing from us, girlie, and he'll get nothing. The man's a turncoat and a traitor, damn him.
But...
He isn't. He can't be. I refuse to believe it. It must be some sort of strategy of his. Mustn't it, Leander? I would advise you to forget about him, Your Majesty. He is no longer your concern.
Forgive me.
But you have more pressing worries. Give the traitor no more thought.
What?
You too?
What?
Wow, talk about cold! Wasn't Roland one of your best friends 5 minutes ago?
Oh...
And that's my plan. I figure you should keep those Grimalkin troublemakers out of your hair for a while at least.
Oh,
To have formulated such a thorough strategy in so short a time is really quite something, I must say. Impressive indeed. Seems I was entirely justified in welcoming you into the fold. Now, there is another favor I've been meaning to ask of you. The Mark of the Kings, have you heard of it?
Sure.
It's handed down from generation to generation of royals here in Ding Dong Dell as proof of the right to rule. And without it, it's impossible to access certain places. Works as a kind of key too, correct? Precisely. It is a pendant of brightest blazing red. A beautiful object indeed. A necessity if one wishes to enter the nation's king's cradle. Let me guess. You don't have it, and you want it. You are admirably concise, as ever. We have searched the castle high and low, and yet it is nowhere to be found, which leads me to believe that it is not, in fact, here. Sure isn't. It's around Evan's neck, every minute of every day. Won't be easy to get a hold of. But that doesn't mean it'll be impossible. I'll need a few things and a little time. And you shall have all that you need. There is no other to whom such a task can be entrusted, after all.
Say,
What about you, Your Excellency? Any errands you want to give the new guy to run? Well, that's very kind of you. Let me see now. I should be very much obliged if you will inform Captain Buck that the War Council will unfortunately have to be postponed a little.
sure.
I'll get right on it.
All right.
Hey.
Oh,
Well, hello, if it isn't the famous Roland. Only in town a few days and already the flavor of the month, so I hear. What business could one so lofty have with such a lowly soldier such as myself, That's about the size of it. I see. So the castle war has been postponed. I shan't forget, oh no. Oh, and there was one other thing. There's been a change to the postings for some of the guards. All men assigned to the night shift on the east and west blocks are to patrol the outside of the castle instead.
oh,
A very mysterious change on the routine, but ours is not the reason why. Shall be done, Mr. Roland, sir. It shall be done. Good. I'll leave you to pass word to the shift sergeants.
yes.
But of course, Your Magnificence. Leave it to my capable hands. Roland? That wasn't one of the messages. What are you planning? Punch him! Knock him out! But that would make noise, wouldn't it? Good. Coast is clear. Roland? Is Kunbish okay? Locked. Figures, I guess. Well, nothing this little guy can't fix. What the hell is that thing? Fancy! Ain't that a interesting little creature? So, why are we in Evan's old room? It actually worked. Now I have seen everything. Thanks, little guy. Alright, here goes. The Mark of Keen should be in here somewhere.
Yeah!
The ship's nearly ready. Time to weigh anchor and set sail on the high seas. Yahar!
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's time to go and get to Hydropolis to sign up to the declaration. But we have to think beyond that, too. Most of all, we need to think about what to do with Ding Dong Dell. They won't be making peace with us anytime soon. Ha! They won't be letting us close enough to even shout at peace. The whole area's crawling with soldiers. There is a way we might be able to get past them, you know? It's a path only open to the members of the royal family called the Kingsway.
Huh?
What's that when it's at home? And why have you never mentioned it before? Well, because we wouldn't be able to access it without the Mark of Kings.
Huh.
And what exactly is that? It's a pendant passed down among the rulers of Ding Dong Dell. It serves as proof of the right to rule, and as a key to certain secret places. If it's that important, you could bet Mousinger will be looking for it too. It was given to me when my father passed away, but, well, You went and left it behind when you skedaddled, eh? And where exactly did you squirrel the thing away, laddie? Well, there are hidden rooms in the castle, you see. I thought it would be safest there, in the one connected to my chambers. They were designed so that the royal family could hide in times of emergency, and with the help of the Mark, even escape if need be. And how exactly did you come to leave something so useful behind, you feckless Yarnofia? I'm guessing it's because a certain somebody appeared out of thin air, and then all hell broke loose. I shouldn't think that anyone knows about the secret room except myself, which would mean that Monsignor probably hasn't found it yet. Unless you knew exactly where to look for the switch on the statue in the corner of the room, I shouldn't think you'd ever find it.
Oi!
This is all very interesting, but if we need to go to Ding Dong Dell and find the thing we need to get us into Ding Dong Dell, that's not really much use, really, is it? I suppose not. Statue in the corner of the room. Let's see now. Found it.
Huh.
Bingo. So that's where the entrance was hidden. He was right. I'd never have found it unless I knew where to look. Okay.
Wow. Huh?
Guess the stuff was to help Evan make good his escape. Might as well grab it while I'm here. Ah, this must be the family heirloom itself. The Mark of Kings, huh? Very impressive. But didn't Mousinar say it was red? Very clever, Mousinar. Very clever. Trying to send me on a wild goose chase, huh? Guess he doesn't trust me as much as he pretends.
Huh?
Wait. Or maybe he was just using me to find this place.
Oi!
What are you doing in here?
Oh, just looking for something.
Something very special indeed. The Mark of Kings, if I am not mistaken. So it was hidden here all along. And hidden very well. Believe me when I say we searched long and hard. I am disappointed in you, Roland. To deceive one's professed master is most uncivil.
How about that little coup you staged? Was that civil?
All's fair in love and war. Isn't that what they say?
Indeed it is. I am so very glad not to have believed you for a moment. Now, if you would be so kind as to hand over the mark.
Yeah, right.
I don't think so. This belongs to the king. My king. Of course, if you'll sign the declaration, I'll be happy to make you a trade.
You speak of your pathetic union. Though I hardly think you are in any position to bargain.
It's either that, or I massacre your entire guard.
Not interested, huh? Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Ha! To send a spy was most cunning. I must confess I had not thought your young protege capable of such subterfuge.
I don't think Evan knows.
Well, he's not about to poison his rivals or anything, but he's coming along.
Very droll. But you of all people surely understand that no dream worthy of the name can be achieved without certain sacrifices being made along the way. It had to be done. And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
I'm sure you would. So what is this dream of yours exactly?
For too long, our kind have suffered at the hands of the Grimalkin. My dream is a simple one. To see our feline oppressors prostrate themselves at our feet.
Has no one thought about having talks of whether or not to actually live together? Or were you all just so petty?
Revenge, in other words.
Oh, call it what you will. It matters not. I have achieved my aim. A new era beckons. And my dream is now a reality.
Tell me something. If your kind were so downtrodden, how exactly did you wind up becoming King Leonard's chancellor?
Pah! He used me! I was the unwitting tool of my persecutor. A puppet chosen to make my people more compliant.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I am tired of listening to this man. We should kill him, here and now.
Very well.
Men, forward!
Well, here goes nothing. That's right. Come and get me.
Thanks, little guy. I need to get out of here, but there's something I have to take care of first. You're gonna need to have that wound. You're gonna need to have that wound checked out. could take these buddies out. No problem. You really want to sneak around? Well, that ain't happening.
Stop right there! Go for it now!
Ow. Nice try, buddy. More, huh? Whoops. Sorry, Evan. You're gonna need to make a few repairs. Or whoever takes over.
Alrighty.
Roland?
This is where you come in.
You sure it's not actually dead?
And off you go.
Treat darts then.
What's going on? Curse ya!
Roland, you devil, spy, traitor, murderer! Charming. Listen, calm down and ask yourself this. If I'm a murderer, how come you still got breath to curse me with? That is, I shot you, sure, but not with real bullets. With ones designed to make you look dead.
What's that now?
With what now? And what possessed you to bring such confounded doodads along with you, might I ask? There's no time to explain. Here, swallow this.
What?
Frog Kunvish. Okay, that's actually kind of adorable. Stay calm. It'll wear off before long. At least it's supposed to. My turn now, I guess. Well, down the hatch. And we're also getting Frog Roland. Well, this is a fairly riveting conversation.
Sir!
I'll stop now. They're not here either, Your Majesty.
Gah!
Curse you, Roland. How are we going to explain this to Evan? Seriously.
Excuse me?
I think it's time you told us the truth. Don't you, Leander?
Well,
You have seen through our artifice, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Of course I have. Roland would never betray us. Or, at least not so clumsily. I have to say, I expected more of him. The plan could perhaps have been executed with a little more finesse, I concede.
Huh?
What blazes are you both blathering about, curse ya? In order to deceive one's enemies, one must first deceive one's friends. Is that not what they say? What His Majesty means to say is that Roland's betrayal was nothing of the sort. The entire affair was an elaborately staged performance.
Snakes alive!
What? You mean to tell me this whole sorry mess was one of the blasted scoundrels' confounded schemes? I might not have chosen to put it quite that way, but yes. Upon our return from Broadleaf, I could not help but notice that a number of prying eyes had been placed around the castle. These devices allow one to surreptitiously watch over a location remotely through the use of certain scrying magics. Being familiar with sorcery of this kind thanks to Queen Neera's surveillance of Hydropolis, they attracted my attention right away. Upon sharing my concerns with Roland, we investigated together and discovered the presence of an agent of Ding Dong Dell in our midst. Rather than unmask the spy and remove the prying eyes, Roland instead devised a rather ingenious plan to use them to our advantage. The first step in his plan was to make a show of expressing certain disloyal behaviors in full view of the eyes. The next was to ensure that our allies too grew suspicious of his motives, which is why he contrived to carry out his dubious liaisons just as the guard was being changed. The rest you already know. Discord was sworn, and the traitor in our midst was duly ejected. And having witnessed all this by means of his prying eyes, the spy approached Roland with an offer he could ill afford to refuse.
Forgive me.
Abatu, the robed figure you took for a sinister visitor from another realm, was none other than myself. I somehow had a feeling. I looked at the hair. It was necessary to sow suspicion in the mind of one from whom we could expect a subtly violent reaction. Suitably violent reaction, actually. You're not subtle if you couldn't be subtle if your life depended on it. You used me! You played me like a blessed fiddle. I rather feel we did. But deep down you knew, did you not? Some part of you sensed that he would never have betrayed us.
If I may be so bold.
Why else would you have sent your men to find him? Or did you think I was not aware of your little crusade? Lofty has no eyes! He looks dead! Excuse me. So, does all this mean that Roland is still somewhere in Ding Dong Dell? But what possible reason could he have going there all alone?
Well now.
Allow me to explain, Your Majesty.
Oh my goodness!
Roland! Jump into his arms! I'm sorry, Evan. I've put you through a lot. We were so worried about you, Roland. But you're back now. That's the most important thing.
Oh, that cheek!
Leander told us where you've been and what you've been up to. Crikey, if you don't have love a madcap jaunt, eh? Least you could have done is invited me along for the ride. Look, I want to apologize. If I didn't have to trick you all, I wouldn't have done. Sorry. Well, you certainly had me going, lad. Hook, line, and blessed sinker.
Flippin' heck!
You had all of us going, you horrible man. I think we all still believed in you, somewhere deep down. Did my gifts prove useful in the end?
Sure.
Lock-picking bugs, frog pills. You sure know how to keep things interesting. And here's what made it all worthwhile. Evan, this is for you.
Golly!
The Mark of Kings!
Uh-huh.
Now you can open the Kingsway and get back into Ding Dong Dell without having to go through all those soldiers. Mossinger was desperate to find it too, just like I thought he'd be. It might just be the bargaining chip we need to get him to sign the declaration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roland. Now I can finally go back to Ding Dong Dell. Back to the home he stole from me.
And so at last the hour had come for Evan to return to Ding Dong Dell and convince King Mausinger to sign the Declaration of Interdependence. Bright-eyed, yet heavy-hearted, he prepared to take the final steps of the journey he had begun, what now seemed a lifetime ago. It was time to bring his dream of a united world one step closer to reality.
I'm not the only one that noticed that Vermine is possibly being affected by Doloran, right?
Did my father and Mausinger hate each other?
Sometimes it's just not possible for people to stay friends. Sometimes the circumstances just won't allow it.
I can't believe that father would have hated someone or been suspicious of them simply because of their species. But then, why else would Mausinger do what he did?
Blindness, blind rage, blind hatred, you name it. It's Mausinger. What do you expect?
I suppose he was afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
That the great man he dedicated his life to was using him and would one day cast him aside. Think about it. What could be more frightening than being discarded by someone you love? Not that I know all the details, of course.
Right.
Alright, on to chapter 8. Looks like we're finally gonna deal with Ding Dong Dell. Everyone, there's something I need to talk to you about. Before we ask Ding Dong Dell to sign the declaration, I need to know how its people are faring under Mausinger's rule. I should also like to know what they thought of my father. Perhaps they might be able to help me understand why he was murdered. I never once considered their thoughts or feelings when I was under their rule. It's high time that I found out what they truly think. I mean...
Chapter 8. Land of My Fathers.
May not be pleasant, Evan. You sure you want to know?
Alright.
Let me run you through how we're going to infiltrate Ding Dong Dell. The crosses on this map are the areas where their troops are most heavily concentrated. As you can see, a direct approach via the river would be suicidal. There's no way we get close without being spotted. So we'll use the Zeppelin to take us over the river and set us down someplace quieter. From there, we'll make our way via the least heavily guarded areas to the entrance of the Kingsway. It's a good thing Zip gave us the old girl, huh? She's quiet as a mouse, even with the engine full ahead. Which is not to say that caution will not be required. We cannot take the risk of flying too close to the city. A roundabout approach will still be required. So the old sky pirate full frontal assault ain't the order of the day then, Doesn't look like it. This'll be straight in, no messing job by the sound of it. Alright, let's make ready to leave. Oh, you very... This is, gonna be interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I've really been working on this kingdom. While I was grinding. Let's see. Ah. Huh. Some people in here need a couple of side quests done. I'll grab it in my off time. Or perhaps... Yeah, you know what? I'll edit it out, but I'm gonna go get the side quests that they seem to pop up after every chapter. So, see you in a bit. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, off we go to Ding Dong Dell. I think I have an idea as to where they want me to park. Well, okay. Oh yeah, this is where they wanted me to park. Hermit's Hollow. I'll get that place checked out when I'm done. Let's see. We need to get to the Kingsway. So if we put the Mark of Kings just here...
Tidy!
Kingsway, here we come! In we go! Huh. I played some of Wrath of White Witch, but I don't remember Ding Dong Dell looking this grand.
Wow.
So this is Ding Dong Dell, huh? It's like something out of a picture book. It feels different from when I was last here.
Well,
The town appears peaceful, yet one cannot help but notice a distinct lack of Grimalkin. They've all jumped ship and set sail for safer shores, I shouldn't wonder.
No.
Unlikely. Mosiner has had the citizenry under close scrutiny ever since the coup. If they didn't get away fast, they didn't get away at all. I'd heard they'd all been moved to some kind of underground slum somewhere. Although I don't know much more than that.
Blimey.
That sounds miserable.
All right.
Well, if there were no Grimalkin left to speak with, we shall have to see what the mice and the rats have to tell us. Only if you and Roland will agree not to remove your hoods. You are both too well known here for comfort. Okay. Not exactly the world's best disguise, but I guess I'll have to do for now.
Oi!
Hey, less of your complaining. It was the best we could rustle up at short notice. I think I messed up her accent a little bit.
Huh?
What's that you say? Life under Keen Mousiner? Well, I don't know what it's like for humans or Grimalkin. But for a mouse like me, things are completely different nowadays. I mean, when I was younger, we were picked on all the time. My mother told me I should never trust a Grimalkin, or even become friends with one. I think that's what all mouse mothers told their children back then. Still, I don't hold a grudge against Keen Leonard, or Leonard, or anything. That's all in the past now. It's time to move on. Huh, not what I expected. Huh? Oh, here. New place. Never been here before. Gonna have to get used to it.
yeah.
Keen Mousiner's policies are putting mouse kind first at last. They've given us a real boost. I suspect the Grimalkin aren't too happy about it all, but still. They've had their time in the sun, and we've all suffered enough. I think it's only fair that the tables are turned. It's amazing to think how different things might be now if Keen Leonard hadn't fallen ill and passed away when he did. We need to find some Grimalkin. Ooh, trapdoor!
Yeah.
Life here in Ding Dong Dell has changed beyond recognition since King Mousiner took over. I mean, King Leonard always said he was committed to equality, but I never really trusted him. You wouldn't either if you'd seen the way the Grimalkin used to treat us mice. Now we're finally getting what we deserved, and it's all King Mousiner's doing. He's our hero.
If I may be so bold.
It suddenly seems that Mousiner's rule is no unwelcome thing for the majority of mouse kind. And why would it be? They're finally getting preferential treatment after all these years. So let me see if I got this straight. It used to be the mice and rats were discriminated against, but now the tables have turned, and the Grimalkin are on the receiving end. It seems so, yes.
Aye.
Tit for tat, eh? Folks ain't never so different as they're the same. I never knew that things were so hard for mouse kind. I knew nothing about my people. Nothing at all. And to think I called myself their king. Oh, Evan. I'd like to hear what the Grimalkin have to say for themselves, but there aren't exactly many around to ask. Well now, look at this gang of idlers. If you're not busy, can you give me a hand? Come here, will you? What's up, miss? What exactly is it you need our help with?
Oh.
So you were listening, were you? That must mean you're keen to help. How lovely of you. Oh, well, don't be shy now. Here we go. Here you go. A sardine sandwich. What's this? Why, it's one of my favorite sardine sandwiches, of course. I need you to deliver it to a Grimalkin called Shadow. There was, well, an incident, shall we say. He's probably hiding somewhere, poor lad. But he won't have gone far. He's a cat fellow, black with a long tail. You can't miss it. He's always waggling it about the place. He's paid already, so you just even need to give him the package. Flip, mun. What are we, errand boys?
Yeah.
Whatever you are, deliver the goods and come back here and I'll see that you're rewarded. How does that sound? Something tells me we don't have much choice. Alright, we'll go and find Shadow for you. And too many catfolk about, eh? We'll soon spot him, I'm sure. Alright, one delivery for... Damn it. A Grimalkin named Shadow. Interesting name. Well, that certainly is a long black tail. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to be Shadow by any chance, would you? I wasn't doing anything, I promise. Have mercy on an honest Grimalkin.
Howdy do.
No need to panic, Pam. We're just the sardine sandwich delivery boys, isn't it?
Whoa!
A sandwich? For me?
Yes.
Crumbles asked us to give it to you.
Oh.
Well, I thought those awful soldiers had caught up with me.
Thanks.
Thanks ever so much. I wanted to ask you something. How are things for Grimalkin and Ding Dong Dell these days? Visitors from abroad, eh? We don't see many of you a lot lately. Well, with the borders being closed down and everything. Things have been more than a little rough for we catfolk ever since Masina took over. Why, I was only buying a sardine sandwich, and those soldiers started out looking me for askance. I had no choice but to run, really. So you came and hid here without even taking what you'd bought with you?
Yep.
Of course I did. We've been chased out of our homes, driven into the slums. They've even posted soldiers at the sewer entrance to watch for our comings and goings. We only risk coming out for food, but it's not worth getting nobbled for.
Golly.
So that's why there are no Grimalkin in town anymore.
Oh.
When I really wanted some nice, fresh fish. But one of these sandwiches is the next best thing, I suppose. Ugh. Anyway, I can't stand around here talking to you. These soldiers could be alone any minute.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you. Perhaps I'll see you some other time. Goodbye.
Crikey!
Suppose we better get back and see old Crumbles, eh? Alright. Sheesh, Batu's right. This is all petty tit for tat bullshit.
Welcome.
Welcome back, my lovelies. And did you carry out my little errand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we found Shadow and gave him a sandwich. Oh, wasn't that just lovely of you? Ever so sorry to impose upon you like that. No, I said I'd give you a little reward, didn't I? Well, here you go.
What?
You're kidding, ain't ya? We just delivered one of these. You won't be complaining once you've had a bite, my dear. My sardine sandwiches are the best in the land. You'll be back for more before long. You'll see.
Oh, the cheek!
So the Grimalkin are all living in an underground slum, and there are guards posted at the entrance. Shadow said it was in the old sewers, didn't he? And if you made it out, there must be a way down there that the guards aren't watching.
Blimey.
Imagine being trapped down there like that. Must be like being in prison. We can all risk being spotted by the guards. If we are to visit the slums, we must make our way there undetected.
All right.
Come on. So... Ah! Okay, the old well. Hopefully we can fix things. Honestly, it's kind of doubtful. However, if I'm correct that Vermine has his hold is being taken advantage of by Doloran, maybe what'll happen is we'll end up getting Mousiner to wake up. Boy, it's been a while since we've been in the sewers. It's a sewer! What do you expect?
Good luck, everyone. Give me your power.
All judgment is denied!
Of course it's gonna smell. Seriously, Tawny? Have you never been in a sewer before?
I'm raring to go.
Ooh, a Higgledy stone. Wheat. Smells all lovely like flour. Okay. Stuff that smells all lovely like a flower. Oh, like a flower. Then you probably want lily wheat. Okay. Blossom wheat, here we go. I should really read the descriptions a little better. Bobby the Bandit. Something tells me you're for that side quest. At least that's what I think. The side quest I'm talking about is something about a higgledy that was born after a bandit made amends. I'm just guessing here. I'll have to... You know, when I actually go to do the side quest, I'll have to check.
I'm raring to go.
Ow! Excuse me, rude. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Get it, magic boys, get it! Magic, you... Oh my god. Like this! Sheesh. You boys know how to use magic, don't ya? Ow. Okay, I have to go up there. Lovely. One of you.
I am counting on you all.
Ooh. Ooh. I almost forgot. Nope, okay. Hmm?
Huh?
What's this?
Oh.
I think it must be a statue of one of my ancestors. These braziers. Something tells me they're important. Why don't we try lighting them?
Hey.
You remember the Kindle spell I taught you back at the factory, right? So the braziers really were important. I think the numbers carved into them must relate to how long they stay lit for. So we need to try and light them all before time runs out. Nice. Whoever came up with this was quite the trickster. Could almost have been Zip himself. No, it might have been him. That was the king of Ding Dong Dell in Wrath of the White Witch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it. It was already a flop.
Do something!
Alright, we'll start from here.
Do something! Flip!
Oh boy. Okay. We'll start from here. Well, not if that happens.
Tiny! Do something!
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We did it! Just barely. Oh my god. I hate timed sections. Ooh, another Higgledy stone. Excuse me? Bones. The one you could probably whip someone good and proper with. All spiky. Well, I have spiky bones. Does this count? What? Ones you could probably whip someone good and proper. All spiky they are. Oh, maybe it's this, because he mentions whipping. Okay. I focused on the spike part, but not the whipping part. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like I'm missing any other Higgledies. I'd be sad if I was. Seriously, you and Tawny, have neither of you ever heard of sewers at all? Aw, man, again? Did you hear that? Sounds like someone needs our help. We have to get this door open. More braziers.
Come on!
Thank you for speaking my mind, Roland. Alright. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We have to go so far out to get all these braziers.
Tiny!
45 seconds. You... you really know how to stress me out. Come on, move! Move, Bracken!
Do something!
I'm trying! You're not helping with the stress, Lofty. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on, come on. Okay. We'll start here then. That. I think I should have just jumped off the wall.
Do something!
Oh, 2 seconds to spare. Oh my god. Oh my god. Screw these braziers. Hmm? Wait, what's this?
Huh?
Huh. That's one way to get back. Was that how I was supposed to do it? Man, I could have saved time.
Oh.
No! Go away! Go away! You leave her alone! Hide! Quickly! Alright. Here it comes.
Let's go to work.
Bada boom! In the face!
Now's your time.
Whew! You actually resisted a good amount of time. Did you just call her a wanker? Lofty! Thank you. You saved my life. I thought I was going to be... They told me it was too dangerous to go wandering around the sewer on my own, but I wouldn't listen, and just look what happened. Never mind that. What's important is that you're not hurt.
Hey.
What are you doing down here anyway? We're on our way to the slum where all the remote can live. Really? But why would anyone want to visit a place like that? Well, if you're serious, you have to come... excuse me. You have to come and see me while you're there. I need to give you something to say thank you for saving me.
Bye-bye.
I'm Moglet, by the way. Bye-bye for now.
But...
Wait! She's gone. I hope she'll be alright on her own. Well, considering she made it this far without running into trouble, and then ran into trouble, now let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
Tidy!
So here we are. The slum. They've crammed all the catfolk into this little place? By crikey, it ain't possible.
Flippin' heck.
And it's all musty and damp because of the sewers as well. Makes the old Sky Pirate base seem like a paradise. Well, shall we chat to a few people and see what we can find out? Ooh, tripdoor.
Yeah.
Monsters sometimes come in here from the old sewers, you know. You should see the hullabaloo that springs up when they do. They're only small, and we can usually fight them off, but that doesn't stop everyone worrying that they might be poisonous or something. And some of us living down here have got kittens. What if one day a bigger monster happens along when none of the grown-ups are here to protect the little ones? Honestly, it keeps me awake at night. Hey, Muglet.
Hello.
There you are. Thanks again for saving me. Oh, I said I'd give you something to say thanks, didn't I? Here you go, a token of Muglet's undying gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you, Muglet. But are you sure? Fish are awfully hard to get a hold of down here, aren't they? No, I simply can't take it. It's a reward enough to see you safe and sound. Really, it is. Really? You're sure? Well, if you insist. Thank you very, very, very much. Fish really are hard to get here, you know. I owe you double now. My mom loves these, you see, and I've been trying to get my paws on one for ages. I want to surprise her with a reminder of what it used to be like back home. What happened to your home, if you don't mind me asking? Well, the soldiers came, didn't they? And they threw us out, just like that. My dad tried to stop him, but they arrested him and took him off somewhere.
Golly.
I'm sorry to hear that. All I want to know is when we get to go home. Mouse and I will probably get tired of being king soon, and then things will all go back to normal, won't they?
Oh.
Well, not exactly an easy thing we can promise her, huh? Ever since King Mousiner took over, the mouse soldiers have been allowed to do whatever they like. Hey, Shadow! They harass Grimalkin in the streets, even if they've done nothing wrong, and always find some pretense for punishing them. One of my friends was just arrested for shoplifting, while he was queuing up to pay. Makes my blood boil. Can't say anything, though, otherwise they'll throw me in the dungeons next. Honestly, most cats are afraid to even leave their houses these days. It's worse here than I thought. Ding Dong Dell's rotten to the blessed core. But it's all because we used to persecute mouse kind. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are very happy to have Mousino in charge. I don't condone what he's done, of course. A leader must be above petty vengeance. There's certainly no way we can form a union with such a kingdom. So what are you going to do? Get some vengeance of your own? He killed my father and Nella. He overthrew me and stole my kingdom, and he drove all these poor people down here. He has to be removed. Ding Dong Dell will never know peace otherwise.
Well now.
Tell me, Evan. Your father, was he a bad judge of character?
What?
Think about it. Why would he make someone like Malsiner his most trusted advisor?
But...
Well, I suppose he... I'm sorry. I think I need some time to myself.
No, listen here.
Jobs is at the pole. Sit about the pole out so mercilessly, you devil ye. Can you not see it plays merry hell with this little head? He'll be okay. He's a king.
Aye.
Well, there is that, I suppose.
Master Evan?
It's you. It really is.
Ratcha? Gosh, it's been so long. How are you?
Relieved to have found you, that's how. The guards were all talking about how you'd been spotted. Oh, I was petrified they might get to you first. You mustn't stay here any longer. King Mausinger has ordered your arrest.
Thank you for your concern. But I came here to speak with him, as one ruler to another. I mean to forge a union between our two kingdoms.
And how do you plan to do that? In case you haven't noticed, the borders are closed, and the entire country is cut off from the rest of the world.
I know, but... Can I ask you something, Ratcha? Is Ding Dong Dell better now? Are the rats and mice happy?
I think I know what's bothering you, but there's no need to worry, my dear. King Mausinger will come to his senses. He always hated injustice. That's why your father put his faith in him in the first place.
Really?
Oh, yes. Because he felt the same. And that's why he gave Mousefolk a chance, like no king of Ding Dong Dell had ever done before. Well, he made me his maid, didn't he? And Mausinger his chancellor. Such things were unheard of at the time.
But Mausinger believes that... He believes that my father simply used him in order to keep Mousekind under control.
Does he indeed? Then he's sorely mistaken. Your father, near enough, pulled his mane out trying to build bridges between our two peoples. It's just a shame you have to take an old maid's word for it. If only he could have told you himself. His diary would have been the next best thing, I suppose, but I'm afraid they laid it to rest alongside him.
Is that right? Thank you, Ratcha. You've been very helpful.
Glad to be of service, my dear. Just you be careful now, you hear?
I mean, we can try, but trouble ends up finding us no matter what. Here he is.
Hey.
You seem a little calmer.
Hmm.
Yes, I think I am. Sorry about before.
Well, now.
Your words were on Roland, so that soon came to his senses. Right? Listen, all of you. I must go and visit my father's tomb. I need his diary. I need to know. I need to get to know him better. Sounds good to me. Let's get going, shall we? Lead on, Evan. His tomb, huh? Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to start from there because going out of Ding Dong Dell may not be the best idea. Up. See. Huh. All the way over there. Well, not all the way over there, but in terms of out here, it's fairly close, or fairly far. Ah, here we are. This is a crypt of the Cat Kings, isn't it? I've heard of this place. Yes, and the only one who possesses the mark of kings can enter. Alright, in we go. My father's possessions are all in here. His diary should be among them. Here it is. My father's diary. Well, what does it say, Mun? Let's see.
Do you remember the day I made you my Chancellor, Mausinger? The other ministers,
were up in arms, but they dare not say so to my face. But I trusted in you. I could see the resolve in your eyes, the determination. You yearned to bury the differences between our kinds, just as I did. I trust in you still. I know that you will continue what we have started, and that you will succeed.
He trusted Masina. He had complete faith in him. So, Evan, what are you going to do now? I have to make Masina see the truth. I have to tell him what my father really thought of him. Sounds like a plan. Yes, assuming we can get him to talk. Let's head back to Evermore. I have a feeling we'll need to wait for our chance to present itself.
Oi!
King Evan, sire, a letter from Ding Dong Dell.
Huh?
From old Monsignor himself, is it? I knew it was just a matter of time.
Golly.
You planned this, didn't you, Roland?
Huh?
Planned what now, curse you? You and your cussed scheming...
Oh, come on.
Oh, shush you! What does it say? To His Radiant Majesty, King Evan, Petty Whiskered Tildrum of Evermore. Tales of your great achievements continue to impress us. We would be honored if you would visit us to discuss your growing union. Our border guards have been instructed to grant you free passage. Simply present the Mark of Kings as proof of your identity. Your eternal friend and servant, King Monsignor of Ding Dong Dell. Yeah, right! He wants to make a little train for the Mark of Kings. Guess he knew it would make a pretty good bargaining chip all along, huh, Roland? It is a trap, of course. I don't think he's trying to disguise the fact. He knows we can't refuse.
Aye.
For all his weasel words, 'tis not more than a challenge, and a brazen one of that. But it does mean we can finally meet with him face to face. So it's off to Ding Dong Dell for a bit of the old international negotiations, is it? Tidy! Unpack my negotiation shoes. In we go. Considering I have no idea what trapdoor would have been closest. Ooh, I kind of went the wrong way. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Ah, there's the trapdoor.
Oi!
What do you want, eh? Wait, King Evan.
Oh, my!
Please, you must forgive my atrocious manners, Your Majesty. King Mountain has asked us to extend you the most cordial of welcomes. He wishes you to be informed that he awaits you eagerly in the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
I know the way.
Oh.
Of course, I'll just, I'll stay right here and carry on, guarding. Did you honestly forget he used to live here? It's been such a long time.
Oi!
Snap out of it, Revenant! You've got some moss in a raglan to be getting on with. Let's hurry up and get him to sign your declaration. Shall we? This isn't gonna end well. It just isn't.
All right.
You're not used to climbing stairs, are you, Lofty?
Greetings.
Your Majesty, it has been too long. Ah, and I see that Roland is with you. I must thank you again for exposing our susceptibility to infiltration so thoroughly, Mr. Crane. And did you bring the Mark of Queens as the Mark of Queens? Mark of Kings, as requested. Don't panic, it's right here.
Excuse me?
King Masina, I've come to speak with you as the leader of one nation to another. Ah, yes. I must commend you on your new realm, and on your persistence. Having failed so abjectly to rule at the first attempt, you would be forgiven for not trying again. I promised Aranella. I said I would build a kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after. And you mean to do this by convincing others to sign your pathetic little pact, I understand. A fine plan for a naive child. It's not! The Declaration of Interdependence is... Your Majesty, I must insist that you humor the boy's nonsense not a moment longer. Abandon this pretense. You do not mean to forge an alliance of equals. You mean to bend our kind to your will, just as your father did before you.
Oh no.
Your motives are painfully transparent, but His Majesty will not countenance such foolishness. Those days are long gone. There will be no pact. Mousekind will submit to the will of the Grimalkin no more.
King Mausinger, please, we have to stop this before it's too late. I see now why you overthrew me. So much has happened between our two kinds. But we can't let it go on. We have to bring the hatred between our peoples to an end.
And what would you know of hatred, boy? Of the taste of shame, of the humiliation of servitude. The line of the Tildrams ends here, today, at my hand. Oh, how long I have waited for this. Ding Dong Dell will never be yours! Never!
I know I'd have to kick your ass sometime.
Be still or be destroyed! Who's next?
Ow! Ah! Ow! When did this turn into a freaking bullet hell! Evan! Ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow!
But...
So
Here I come!
boot to the... Oh, I missed! How did I miss the boot to the face? Well, I guess you did jump pretty high.
Humiliated by 2 generations of the same accursed line. Damn you, Tildrum, and all your kind.
We don't have to do this, Mausinger. I didn't come here to fight you. I don't want to fight you.
Come, Your Majesty. You cannot simply bow to defeat. If you do not destroy these worms, our people will never be safe. They will never be free.
Free? Yes, we must be free.
But not like this. Don't listen to him.
Every last Grimalkin must die! Come, Oakenheart! Come to me! My Kingspawn! Who are you?
I had thought this tedium would never end.
At last it is done, Master.
I knew you were a backstabber.
Vermine.
I hope you can forgive me, Your Majesty. Even I must confess to feeling some small pang of guilt at having encouraged you to slay your dearest friend and patron. But you should not have so readily taken my word over King Leonard's. Those who claim that blood runs thicker than water grossly overstate the case, my beloved fellow mouse.
No!
In truth, your precious king was too nauseatingly good-natured to betray you, to contemplate anything so base as manipulating you into keeping our kind in check. And more fool him, as you are so very easy to manipulate.
Vermine. How could you?
How could I betray my master? How could you be so foolish as to ask such a question? And now, Lord Doloran, I have fulfilled my part of the bargain. My price was the kingdom, if you recall. I hereby claim it.
Yes, of course. You must be rewarded for your faithful service.
He's gonna kill you.
What? Oh.
Close enough?
Doloran, what have you done to him?
Good question.
I have repaid the debt of a traitor, and not a moment too soon. This accursed kingdom. Not only was its ruler too pure-hearted to succumb to my corruption, even his closest aide proved immune to my advances. In the end, I was forced to settle for this contemptible worm. I have wasted so much precious time. But at last, my plan is complete. What a pity you will not be present to witness its glorious fruition!
Like hell we won't. And we'll stop you too. Oh, wait. Does that mean Oakheart's gonna come and say hi?
Oakenheart! Has it really come to this?
Wait! You needn't do this alone. We'll fight him together.
To arms! This ends
Avoid the polleny stuff and bash them blooms.
Alright, looks like that's had the desired effect. Go for his other legs.
Here I come.
Oi!
All together now.
Crap! Poison! Sorry, Mousinger, you didn't even get a chance to do what you were going to.
No.
Ding Dong Dell is doomed. I have doomed it. For my king spawn to have been plucked from me so easily, I was not fit to rule. I was not strong enough. Take my life, Tildrum. It is your right. You must avenge your father. No, Masina. There will be no more needless death. And this kingdom is not doomed. It will rise again. And it will do so because its people will work together to rebuild it. Cat and mouse, hand in hand. My father trusted you. You cannot fail him now.
It says... He believed in me. And I... What have I done?
You were manipulated. It's not your fault.
Mousinger, my dearest friend.
Your Majesty.
Be still, Mousinger. I forgive you. Our two kinds have borne each other ill will since time immemorial. The rift between us could not be healed so easily. It was a distance that could only ever be closed one step at a time. But close it shall. One day, we will stand together, hand in hand at last, all thoughts of oppression consigned to history. And you, Mousinger, you will bring this about.
But, Your Majesty, why would you... why would you trust in one who had failed you so utterly? And whose hand you...
I always trusted you, old friend, and I always will. You see far, further than I ever could. You are a maker of plans, a doer of deeds, a true ruler. Yet there remains in you a lingering shadow of doubt. Doubt in others, born of doubt in yourself. A king must learn to trust his own judgment.
A king? You mean that... you still think me worthy?
Who better to rule over the realm I love than one who loves it just as fiercely?
If it please you. Your Majesty.
It does. And now, I must be on my way. When next we meet, I would have you tell me the tale of a kingdom made great by its wise and benevolent ruler.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Farewell, Mausinger. I leave Ding Dong Dell in your hands. Do not fail me. Become a true king. Watch over the land we both love so well.
I will not fail you, old friend.
King Mausinger, I humbly propose that a pact be made between our realms. Will you sign the Declaration of Interdependence?
It is what your father would have wanted, for our two kingdoms to stand as one. And so it shall be.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Let us work together to make a better, more peaceful world.
You have come far, son of Leonard. I will gladly stand beside you, and I will make Ding Dong Dell a kingdom where all races can stand beside one another. The enmity of generations will divide us no longer. I salute you, Evan, Lord of Evermore.
As for the Market Kings, I will entrust it to your keeping until such a time as the matter of the Horned One has been resolved. You may have need of it yet.
Thank you.
I hope that I will be able to return it to you very soon. Very good. Now, I am ready when you are. Let us swear our pact.
Let our nations be joined for the sake of the world.
Let the banners of war ne'er again be unfurled. United we stand as one single land.
And there it is! The last one. All that's left now is to take care of Doloran.
And sure enough, Ding Dong Dell began to change from that day forth. No longer did catkind cower beneath the ground in fear of tyranny. Instead, the Grimalkins stepped out into the sun and saw their brother mice as if for the first time. And the hatred that had divided them for so long melted away like so much snow. Well, perhaps not entirely, but these things take time.
As do all issues like this.
The declaration's finished, Evan. You did it.
And we made peace with Mausinger too, which is something. But his king's bond was stolen, and Doloran really does mean to resurrect the Horned One.
So what if he does? You'll be ready to face him. You'll overcome this trial, just like all the others. After all, if you can as good as unite the whole world, you can do anything.
You're right.
But it's not over yet. And this last part isn't going to be easy.
I don't doubt it won't. Even at the level I am. Doloran and the Horned One are probably going to be the worst I've faced thus far. I have no doubt of that.
The time has come. All 4 kings' bonds belong to me. At last, have my heart's desire.
Something's not right. What the flip's wrong with you, Mun? Pull yourself together. I mean, really?
Chapter 9. To be a king.
Roland!
Roland! What?
What the heck is going on? I'm okay. Anyway, never mind me. Did you see that sky? Batu and the others went on patrol over that way, didn't they?
Gosh.
Yes, they did.
It's torn the very sea asunder.
It's moving. Why is it moving? Is that the horned one? Ugly bugger, ain't ya?
Kingmaker? If it is, it's the biggest I've ever seen.
The Horned One has returned to us at last. Now the people of this pathetic world shall give their souls to bring my beloved Alessandra back to me. More citizens for my kingdom, more power for my king's bond. And with every soul I steal, the more glorious my realm may become.
Ahoy there.
Here we are, Your Majesty. Back in one piece. Near enough.
Forgive me.
I'm afraid we have some rather troubling news to impart. We sure do. But I think you probably guessed what it is. The Kingmaker. Boy, this is, going to be interesting. I'm going to save and check to see if this is a, point of no return type of thing when I talk to them. So the Horned One really has returned. Indeed. We encountered the creature in the skies above the Blackened Dial. I recorded it on a memolith. You need to see this. It appeared along with a large mass of land, which we can only assume to be the continent that was lost when the Horned One was sealed away. It's enormous. Look, it's Lornfane! Not just Lornfane, lad. The whole blessed lot are there. Brine Skimmer, Bastion, and Oakenheart, too. Tis a terrible Kingmaker's conference. But there's something different in their bearing. These are not true Kingmakers. They are facsimils, created through the power of the stolen King's bonds, I would assume. Well, whatever they are, they created some kind of barrier to protect the Horned One. Indeed. And the moment the barrier was erased, the fiend began absorbing a succession of spheres of pure light.
What the?
Spheres of... what could they be? If you will give me just a moment, Roland. Scant moments after absorbing the first of these spheres, the Horned One began to expel a great cloud of black creatures. Yeah, and they went flying off in every direction. Luckily, not too many of them headed this way. Ugh, they look horrible!
No.
As to the nature of the spheres of light, it is my belief that they were souls, distillations of the very essence of life. The Horned One is absorbing the souls of the people of the world and transforming them, enslaving them.
Oh my.
That's awful! You remember what Doloran did to Vermine, when the life was leached from him? When he became little more than a walking corpse? This is what happens when a person's soul is stolen. And you're saying that's happening to people all over the world, even as we speak. They're being turned into the living dead. How can we turn them back?
Well,
I cannot say for certain, but there must surely be a way. And how come there's none round these parts as have had their souls taken hostage, I ask you? I think we may have Lofty to thank for that.
Norman!
Eh? Me? I ain't done nothing, man. Nothing, I swear. You didn't have to. What's the one thing our nation has that the others don't anymore? That's right, a Kingmaker. The bond between you and Evan is still strong. That means we're protected.
Yeah!
Not bad, Mr. Kingmaker. Not bad.
In it though.
I reckon I had a little inkling it might be something like that. Stands to reason, doesn't it? Maybe not important than that. But why has he done all this? Why would he be so desperate to bring the Horned One in the first place? I believe I can help you there. Hey! Your Majesty! You must forgive the intrusion, Evan, circumstances being what they are. Not at all. You're very welcome.
Now,
On to the subject of who Doloran is and what exactly he might want. I believe I have some information that may clarify things a little further. 2,000 years ago, he was the ruler of a nation known as Allegoria. He made a pact with the Horned One. Though his was a small and insignificant kingdom, by enlisting the aid of such a kingmaker, he thought to make Allegoria great, to bend to this singular evil to his will. That tallies is what y'all told us back when we first learned about Doloran. But things did not go according to plan. Instead, a terrible tragedy befell the realm. Far from growing great, it disappeared from the world entirely. It is believed that he was unable to contain the fiend's all-consuming corruption, and that the entire continent of Allegoria stood upon was spirited away to a place between worlds. What have happened? Doloran would appear to be determined to revive his vanished land.
What?
But why? Why would he want to bring it back all these years? I don't know, but I think I understand why he needed all those Keen's bonds now. Without them, he couldn't hope to control something so powerful. Well, whether we have an inkling as to why or not, I'd say the swab's wish is more than a little close to coming true. 'Twas a kingdom-sized chunk of land that appeared alongside that great creature, that's for certain. But if Doloran got what he wanted, why would he be stealing everyone's souls? He needs followers, subjects. The more powerful he grows, the more powerful his kingmaker grows in return. And one whose ambitions stretch as far as enlisting the aid of such an utterly evil being will surely not be satisfied with merely recovering his lost realm. No, now that he has the means at his command, it would seem he intends to bring all the peoples of the world under his dark domain. So he wants to take over the whole world? Well, we can't let him. We won't.
Yeah.
And how exactly are we supposed to stop him? You saw the size of the mountain of spicy calls Keenmaker, didn't you? There is one possibility. Mornstar. The sword said to have sealed away the Horned One's evil all those centuries ago. Mornstar? Alas, its whereabouts are no longer known. But there is yet time. The great evil gathers its forces still. If the sword can be found before it reaches its full strength, we may yet stand a chance. But how do we find it if nobody knows where it is? Oh, indeed. A tale 2 millennia in the making will almost certainly be more fantasy than fact by now, and surely no records from the time remain. 2,000 years, eh? I think we might know just where to find records from that far back, don't you, Evan? Oh, of course, the library in Goldpaw. You're right. If anything from back then did survive, you can bet Bodley will know about it. Then it seems we have a plan of action. We will inform the rulers of the other realms of all that has come to pass. We will rally them to the cause and make ready to take the Horned One by force. You will seek out further clues as to the Mornstar's whereabouts. All right. Very well. Until we meet again.
Let's see now.
Well, things are certainly turning interesting. Okay, so I was originally planning on ending the episode there, but I did a little bit of research, nothing that spoiled it, don't worry, and I found out that Chapter 9, the chapter we're on, is possibly the final chapter of the story. So I'm just gonna play until the end. Hey, Bodley, what's up? I got a journal! Doloran's finally surfaced and he's wreaking havoc on the world. He's reawakened a creature known as the Horned One and is stealing people's souls en masse, turning them to empty husks. I'd say it felt like a movie, but no. No, this feels all too real. I'm sure you wouldn't mind if it was a movie.
Excuse me?
Madam Bodley, there was something we were hoping to ask you. Well, if it isn't my little lovely wovelies, Bodley's been waiting for you. What is it, dearies, What's that now? Bookie Wookies from 2,000 years ago. Ridiculous. Impossible. No such Bookie Wookies exist. How could they? Too long ago. Too musty. Awful and apart. Yes. Well, if they're not here, I suppose they won't be anywhere.
No.
Bookie Wookies? No. But Stony Poos? Oh, yes. Just one. A strange, flat, cold old thing from all the way back then. Really? Strange how? You'll see, pretty man. You'll see soon enough, oh yes. Bodley will be in the alcove over there, dearies. Come along now. Okay. Let's take a look at the stone.
Look, yes?
Here, dearies. A strange, old, awful, old, silly old stone.
Well now.
An old stone tablet, eh? Don't look like much to me. Look closer. The engravings. These are no ordinary letters, at least none that I'm familiar with. Is it some kind of code? Thought of that, silly girl. Tried every trick in the book. No good, no good, no good. Couldn't read a word. Shame, too. From same time as Mornstar. Might tell more of Sacred Sword.
If I may be so bold.
If it is not a code or cipher, that perhaps it is magic that prevents the words from being read.
Yes.
Magic, he says. Interesting. Intriguing. Yes. And there was silly old Bodley turning it every which way, up and down, all these years, squinting and straining and Well, if it's magic that's stopping the silly thing from being read, you'll need Lily's help. Dear little Lily, such a clever girl.
All right.
Let's go and show it to her. Would you mind if we borrowed it for a while? Oh, go ahead, dear. Bodley has no use for silly old squiggly old thing. Horrible, head-hurting, stony wound. But do come back and tell her what it says when you work it out, won't you, dearies?
Yoo-hoo!
I told you to stop doing that! Alright, let's go get this to Lily.
Hello.
Master Evan, it's so good to see you. Can I help you in some way? As a matter of fact, you can. What do you make of this? What's that? Let me see now. Intriguing. It is protected with the charm of encryption. Very clever indeed. Can you remove it, Lily? Of course. It is not so clever as to be beyond my skills, but I shall need some seeing sand. Oh, and where might we find that? It was once commonly found in the drylands. Alas, I hear that it has been somewhat difficult to come by of late. The drylands, you say? You mean to go yourself? Then let me mark the places where it can be found on your map. Let me see now. Here, and here. There, all done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. We'll bring you your seeing sand right away.
See you.
Take care. The desert can be a dangerous place. I mean, not for the levels I'm at. Okie dokie. Let's find us our seeing sand. Hopefully we'll find our seeing sand. Nope, that's a pebble.
Knickers!
No seeing sand by your mun. Best try elsewhere, ain't it? God, it is so hard for me to read his words sometimes. Just like it's kind of hard for me to read some of Batu's. Ay vey. That's a bone.
Knickers!
over this way. No, over here. Here we are! At last! Seeing sand! Now we can find out what the flip that tablet thingy says, ain't it?
Yes!
Let's go and see Lily, shall we? Indeed we shall. Hey, Lily! We got it! We've brought you your seeing sand, Lily. Welcome back, Master Evan. If you would be so kind as to hand me the tablet and the sand.
Yes.
This will be just perfect. The process will take some time, I'm afraid. It might be best if you waited at the castle. I will bring the tablet to you as soon as it's been deciphered.
I'll be counting on you.
I just got word from Zip. Sounds like the Horned One is still stealing souls from all over the world. Luckily, he hasn't made a move. We may have a little time yet. But people are still being sacrificed every moment. We have to find Mornstar and put a stop to Doloran's wickedness as soon as possible. We will be lucky indeed if he waits long enough for us to locate the sword. Well, I'd say we're due a little luck.
Excuse me?
Master Evan, please, you must forgive the wait. I have deciphered the tablet. If the accursed thing don't tell us something about this holy sword after all the trouble we've been to, I'll fling it off the blessed balcony. Let's see, shall we? The great evil having been laid to rest, the sacred sword its purpose met, did take the form of a humble cup. Should e'er a king have need of it again, he must needs visit that seldom trod land, where silence reigneth. There, at the place of the great frozen bough, he must speak thusly, cup awake, sword to make. Once claimed that the cup need only be married with the base of a kingmaker's bond, and lo, the sword shall live again.
Yeah!
It was a clue about Mornstar! Thank goodness for that!
Well.
So the sword became a cup, and was hidden away until such time as it was needed once again. But we'd best find the accursed thing and turn it back into a sword, and quick. Lofty looks like he's floating on the table. The base of a kingmaker's bond. I guess that means we'll need the thing you guys forged your bond with. The royal twig, right? Yes, and I'll need to remember the magic words. Cup awake, sword to make.
Of course.
But first, we'll need to determine precisely where the cup is hidden. The inscription mentions a quiet place visited by few, and a great frozen bough. Bough? Bold! Yeah, I was thinking about that. There's a snowfield in Autumnia called Jack Frost's Playground. It's in ways north of Broadleaf. I heard of a big crater that was up that way called the Caldera. Can't say for certain if that's our frozen bowl, but I think it might be worth checking out. I think you're right, Bracken. All right, let's go have a look, shall we? Indeed. It's a good thing I explored a little bit and found the trapdoor there.
Gosh.
So this is Caldera. Well, it's a great big frozen bowl. That much is certain. Reckon we might be onto something by you. All right, we'd better try these magic words. Cup awake, soul to make.
Flip!
It flippin' work! What is that, some kind of shrine or something? Let's go and take a closer look, shall we? I'm sure we'll find the cup inside. Hey! Who knew? I had a feeling there'd be something here.
Wow.
And of course, there's monsters here.
I am counting on you all.
Jeez. Place is fairly big. Treasure chest! Xavier's here. That'll be nice.
Good luck, everyone.
Okay, there was like 3 other guys you could have attacked, and you attacked the one I was targeting first. Thanks. Welcome to the north!
Here goes nothing.
It's colder than the south.
I love it.
Nice.
Oh, knickers!
Keep your knickers in a... Don't get your knickers in a bunch. I know where I'm going. If we didn't have that quest marker, then we'd be in trouble.
Hey.
Huh?
What do you think I am? A flippin' table? Lofty, that's not what he meant. Considering you're a arcane maker, he thought maybe you'd be able to sense the thing.
Oh, flippin' heck.
Oy vey.
Oh.
I think we found it.
Oh.
Not the only one that thinks that something bad is going to show up, am I? It's just some sort of shrine.
Blimey.
And nothing cup-like in sight, either. Did we make a wrong turn somewhere? I knew it.
shady!
Oh my!
So this is it. It's beautiful. Do we really have to turn something so pretty into a sword?
Okay.
Unless you want to try clunking the horned one over the head with a flipping goblet, then yeah. Come on, let's go and forge ourselves something a bit choppier. That'd be kind of interesting to see. I want to see that. Can we clobber the horned one with the goblet? May not be in sword form, but I think that might be close enough. And it'd just be funny to see, let's be honest. Alright. Let's get to work, Bracken.
Alrighty.
Time to see if we can't figure out how to turn this cup into an evil-busting sword. The workshop team are standing by for action. Oh, but I meant to ask first, Lofty. Are you sure it's alright to use the royal twig to make it? It's a flippin' stick one! What do I care? I've been around the place now, seen a few things, like I never realized how much I'd missed out on, like, you know. Like an actual halfway decent symbol of our flippin' bond! You seen the stuff other rulers of Godsman? Snazzy as heck! And what do I get? Well, a stick-a-mon! A flippin' stick! Are you seriously asking if I'd rather have that thing or a flippin' holy flippin' sword? You need your head examined. Take it, turn it into a wallopin' great big legendary blade, and let's never mention the flippin' twig of flippin' gain, shall we? Well, alrighty then. Guess we better get to work. Lofty! Dude!
Here it is, Evan.
Monster, the Sword of Unity. We can finally face the Horned One. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. With this sword, we can defeat the Horned One and put a stop to Delorean's wicked plans once and for all.
Aye.
'Tis a fine piece of work, and no mistake. You look almost tough, Evan. I've informed the other rulers of the sword's completion. They'll be assembling their troops as we speak. It's time for the final showdown. Just a little longer now. Just a little more, and you will be returned to me at last. I would like to begin by thanking you all for coming. The battle ahead would not be an easy one, and without the support of your armies, we would have no hope of victory. How could we refuse? The Horned One is returned. If we do not stand together, we fall apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need a brain like mine and technology like Broadleaf's if you're gonna get through this. Any numbskull can see that. We must be masters of our own fate. It was you who taught me this, King Evan. And besides, what meaning would your Horned One union have if we did not unite in the face of so grave a threat?
Thank you.
You're right. Thank you, all of you. You're right. Thank you, all of you. If we make a stand together, I'm sure we'll be able to bring peace back to the world. Our strategy is in place, and all forces are on standby. They have their orders. All you need to do is say the word, Evan. Come let me know when you're ready to begin. Dude. Like, screw it. I want to use the Sword of Unity. Especially since we're going to be up against the Horned One. You know? Let me save. I just need to save first, okay? Don't judge me, Roland! Let's go.
Alright.
Let's get started, shall we? According to Zip's analysis, Dolores is somewhere inside the Horned One. Which means we'll need to find a way in if we're going to face him. We only get one shot at this, Evan. It's showtime.
Gosh, just look at them all.
I'm not sure these weapons of theirs will be enough. Surely you could have spared a few more.
Have you seen the mechanical soldiers? So strange.
Indeed, unnerving even.
Out of my way, fish face!
Barbarian.
Alright, let me explain how we're going to do this. The dimensional barrier created by the Horned One can only be eliminated if all 4 towers generating it are destroyed at the same time. Mess the timing up even slightly, and one tower will regenerate the other.
So each country can take down a tower apiece? Nice. Not having to work with the other armies will speed things up.
Indeed. We Hydropolitans have our own methods, and we fight at our own pace.
Are you even listening to what I'm saying? We need to take them all down simultaneously. Each tower is different. Each Kingmaker is different. Without teams made up of specialists from each kingdom, we'll never take them out at the same time.
You expect us to work together?
You don't have a choice.
Impossible!
With foreigners? Never. As if the task ahead were not difficult enough already.
I just can't see how this is the best use of our resources.
Help me out here, Evan.
Everyone, listen! If the 5 nations cannot promise to work together, we have already lost. It is promises that make us strong. I may be a king now, but if it were not for my promise to Aranella, I would never have found the strength to rule. If it were not for my promise to Aranella, I would never have found the strength to build a new kingdom after being chased from my own. The promise I made? Well, you could say that it saved me. For a time, I thought I heard her speaking to me, begging me to avenge her. But I soon realized that it was my own voice. It was not something Nella would have ever wanted. I let my own thoughts of revenge cloud my reasoning. I almost forgot my promise. But I have grown. I have changed. I have built a kingdom, just as I swore I would. And I have met so many wonderful people. People who stood by me, who fought at my side. Yes, There were times when I wanted to give up, to break down and cry. But I didn't. Thanks to you. Thanks to all of you. And now I want to fulfill my vow more than ever. To build a kingdom, no, a world, where everyone can live happily ever after. If we promise to work with one another, we can do this. If our nations are united, we can build a wonderful future for everyone. That's why we are fighting today. Why we have to keep fighting to the last. So please, make this promise for the future of our world.
Looks like our boy won the troops around. Good job.
Yeah. Amazing.
So the 5 great armies, stirred by Evan's heartfelt words, set off to face the Horned One. And sure enough, they agreed to work together. The soldiers of each country split into 4 forces, 1 for each of the towers.
The road is gone. The road is even bigger up close. Cool. I ain't half scared of getting my soul stolen. That's my soul, I does. Hang on. I thought none of us could have our souls stolen because you were a kingmaker. Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, alright, I know that. I just forgot, didn't it? Anyway, what was it we were supposed to be doing again? Roland wrote it all down for us. Everyone has their part to play, including you. Here, you'd better take a look. The deployment will consist of 5 task forces, each made up of 5 hand-picked units, all from whom will need to work together in order to achieve our mission objectives. Each force will be led by a ruler of one of the great nations, and the operation will consist of 3 key stages. 1. Destroy the towers. The target will be made vulnerable. 2. Direct assault on the target. 3. Enter the target and eliminate Dalaran. Master Pugnacious takes on Red Tower. Nira takes on Blue Tower. Vector gets Purple Tower. Malsinger gets Green Tower. And we have to render the Horned One weak enough to enable direct infiltration. Stage 3. King Evan and a select force will infiltrate the Horned One with Lofty's help, and locate and eliminate Dalaran. This won't be easy, and it won't stand a chance of success if we don't all pull together and do our part. Good luck out there, everybody. You're gonna need it. But to advance toward the Horned One and make ready by the barrier to attack the moment it drops. For that to happen, all allies will need to put all 4 towers out of action at precisely the same time. A bit of walking followed by a bit of waiting, eh? Reckon I can handle that. Let's get to it, my boy. Here we go.
All right. Good luck, everyone.
Hey.
All right. The tide has turned in our favor.
Cook a feast to celebrate our victory.
Alright. I might need to...
Follow my lead.
replenish Chinkus.
Come at me, curse ya!
Simply leave everything to me!
Doing fine so far.
The tide has turned in our favor!
Eva!
Yes! Victory!
Here goes nothing!
Oof.
Yes! Victory!
That one hurt.
Yemen. Gah!
Hold fast until the... Basically, hold out until the towers can be taken out.
The tide has turned in our favor!
Well. Oh, my! You cannot give up yet!
How much longer?
Hiya! The tide has turned in our favor!
All right.
Ooh!
All together!
Finished yet!
Come on, please tell me the others have done it too.
Hey. All right.
Now.
How dare you!
Our victory was always assured.
No young pup is getting the better of me! Who's next?
Stay strong! Let's have it! Yes! Victory!
Are we good? Are we good?
Well.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you. All right. We won! Hooray!
This may not be easy, even at my level. So, it's finally time to face the Horned One. Oh, let's do it. He's a biggin'. Give me a second. It's a smart thing to save against something like this.
Blimey.
Here!
I'm counting on you. Forward march!
Oh, this ain't good.
All right. All together now!
Oh, 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 ow, ugh. Oi! Oi! Oi!
Hey!
Oh, thanks, guys. Woo! Woo! Move! Move! Move!
Thank you. Ready? It's now or never!
Yes.
Yeah.
There's plenty more where that came from!
Whew. I lost someone, but we did it.
Yes! Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, everyone!
Excuse me. Whew, boy. I was hoping I would have been able to defeat him before he did that.
Lofty, now!
Right, yo! Abracazamo!
Belly of the Beast. Ah, perfect name. Did you see that? I'm flipping cool as anything, I am! Not bad at all. And now, we're in. So this is what the Horned One looks like inside.
Blimey.
And Doloran's really in here somewhere?
Yes.
Indeed he is. We believe he's performing a certain ceremony in order to unleash the Horned One's true power, with which he intends to restore Allegoria to its former glory. Then we'd best get in there and give the swab a claw burn before he can finish up. Mornstar should be able to deal just as much damage to the monsters in here as it can to the Horned One. So I suggest you make good use of it, Evan. I will. Oh, boy, will I ever.
Crikey!
There's only a flippin' trapdoor by you. Fancy that, eh? Really? In here?
Huh?
Who puts a trapdoor in the belly of an impossibly ancient evil being?
Well,
The Horned One was Allegoria's kingmaker. As such, it was an integral part of that kingdom. The intertwining of their energies could perhaps have given rise to such an anomaly. Well, whatever the reason, I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth. This thing will let us come back here anytime we like.
Yeah.
Seems like somebody somewhere is looking out for us. I mean, don't know why I'd come back, but... Okay. Whoa. Oh.
What the?
Is this a city? What the heck is going... It's Allegoria! In the Horned One. Like, actually in the Horned One. Could this be Allegoria? Did we somehow find a way into the dimension that has swallowed it up? I think not. I believe what we're seeing are DeLorean's desires given form. This is not Allegoria. It is a memory of Allegoria as it once was. So, none of this is real?
Oi!
Hey, look! There's some kind of castle over there! That'll be where DeLorean's doing his funny business. I'd put money on it, Well, let's go! Wow, this place is gorgeous! Not again!
Roland!
Are you alright? I'm fine. Something is far from right here. Such a pleasure to welcome visitors to my realm. Though many souls have joined me here, you are the first to do so willingly. Doloran! We won't let your plan succeed! We're going to stop you! Of course you are. Try as you might, boy, you cannot even hope to touch me. I look forward to seeing you suffer. Old Snakeface may talk a good game, but he's all a quiver at us having made it this far. You mocked me words. Alright, let's get moving. We can't let any more souls be stolen. Ooh, safe spot. I'm really worried about what's going on with Roland. Okay. Now we have to run around the city to find what we need to open the gate. Maybe that was a bad idea.
Shall we?
Oh my... Okay.
I need your help! And you?
Ow! Whew. That one was a bit of a bitch. Saint's Mantle. Ooh. There we go. So is this like a boss rush? Just at 4 different crystals? Makes sense that he'd have something protecting the gate to his castle.
I am counting on you all.
Ow! Ow! Two down, 2 to go. Ooh, trapdoor. Treasure chest. Of course one of them had to be one of you. Not gonna lie, I hate those kind of enemies. They're like my worst ones to deal with. One more to go. And then we'll be taking on DeLorean himself.
Shall we?
Ow! You're a bit of a pain too.
need your help.
Damn it, that did absolute ow, nothing. Ow. Ow. Oh my. There. Done. Let's take care of Doloran.
Flippin' heck!
Hey, presto! They're open! Time to take on Doloran at last. Roland!
Roland!
Are you alright?
Roland!
Oi, not now of all times, curse ye! Roland!
Huh? I'm home?
Daddy.
Huh? You're okay.
Daddy, I was so scared.
You're safe now. I'll protect you.
Will you? Really? I'm sorry. It's a little late for that.
Doloran's messing with you. Roland, come on! Doloran's messing with you! She's awake. Phew. Roland, can you stand? What happened? The blackness engulfed you again. Then you fell down, just like that. You had me worried. I thought your soul had been stolen. Sorry, everybody. I'm okay now. Let's move. The haze rising from Roland's body. I sense a certain power in it. Power I've felt before, but where? Roland? We have to stop Doloran before it's too late. Doloran must be in here.
Aye.
That he must, lad. And meet bestow a barrage in the club of the cur. This'll probably be our last big battle, huh? Time to put our best foot forward. Trip door. Safe spot. I'm not going in without saving.
Oh my.
Come on, Roland. Stay with us just a little longer.
Look.
You have done well to make it so far.
That's enough, Doloran!
This ceremony ends here and now.
Does it indeed? You mean that you do not share my vision, Roland? A vision of a better world? A pity. I had hoped that you, of all people, would understand.
This isn't the kind of better world Roland would want.
Roland!
What did you do to me?
Me? Why, nothing at all. You have the Horned One to thank for this. It means to protect you, for if harm comes to either one of us, it comes to the other also.
You mean... you and Roland are... you are...
Yes, Leander. You see it now. See what others must be shown.
What the...
Dolorin! I'm...
Do you see? We are connected. We are the same. Defeat me, and you defeat yourself.
He is correct, I am afraid. There are those in your world whose souls are inextricably linked with the souls of those in this one. The more power he has gained, the stronger his effect on you has become. This proves the connection.
But how can this... what does it mean?
If I could take a guess, it means that if we kill Dolorin, Roland goes to heaven.
It means you face a dilemma, boy. You have no choice but to join me, Roland. You know it, deep in your heart.
Oh, I have a choice, all right. I always have a choice. I'm a president. A king. And from the day I took my throne, I knew that if it came to it, if it would help my people, I would gladly give my life.
No! What?
Mm-hmm.
Besides, if I can't kill you, you can't kill me either, right? If I die, you die.
Very true. Which is why, if you will not join me, I must banish you instead to a dimension where you will no longer be a danger to either of us.
Of course. I think I see now why I was brought here.
Please, enlighten us.
Your country, Allegoria, it was destroyed. And my country was destroyed too. You and I are the same. Two kings, with no kingdoms left to rule. So we were given a chance. One last chance to save our homes. But don't you see? The kingdom the Horned One has given you, it's not really the place you once ruled. I'm going to make you see. I'm going to defeat the Horned One and remind you who you really are.
Who I really am. You think you know me? You know nothing!
Enlighten me.
You will delay my plans no longer.
Bring it on, Dolorin.
I will prevent. My deepest desire
You're welcome.
No.
Yeah.
Your tail ends here. You cannot hold me.
All right.
I'm
Still, my powers are not sufficient. It seems I underestimated you.
Forward!
What in the...
Is it over?
Whoa!
A transmission from Zip. It sounds like the souls are returning. We did it! Only just perhaps, but we did it!
Tiny!
Mission flippin' accomplished! Not bad, you lot. Not bad at all. But it's not over yet. We need to do something about the Horned One. Until it's gone for good, nobody's safe.
You're finished, Dalaran. Your plan has failed.
He'll never rule the world. Never!
Rule the world? You have read too many fairy tales, boy. The world was never my prize.
What?
It was a beautiful place, my home. A realm of peace and prosperity. I was the king of Allegoria. A young man handed the crown too soon. None loved my realm more than I, but I was conceited, arrogant. Our kingmaker was a being known as Alessandra. In strengthening our bond, I committed the greatest of all sins. I fell in love. And love between king and kingmaker is an offense against the will of the gods. As punishment, she was cursed to spend the rest of her days in the guise of the Horned One and cast along with Allegoria into another dimension. And so, I vowed to bring her back. She and my beloved kingdom. I set out to acquire all the king's bonds of our world, that I might use their combined power to reawaken Alessandra.
How did you know that was even possible?
The guise of the Horned One, you said. I take it the creature we see is but an outer shell within which Alessandra lies trapped. If so, the strength of the King's bonds might serve to reach that which lies dormant deep within, to reconnect King and Kingmaker, and free her of her prison.
It is as you say. If Alessandra can be revived, Allegoria may yet rise from the ashes. And I shall have regained my beloved and my kingdom both. Now you know what it is I seek. Roland, if my realm were to be restored, yours too might return. You would be reunited with your family, with your son. Surely you would join me if such an outcome were your reward.
Doloran, there's gotta be a better way to do this.
He can't! He won't! Not that way! Just because you would do anything to bring a loved one back, it doesn't mean you should.
What is happening to me?
That horrible black stuff comes from the Horned One, you know. Doloran by ears just been channeling it like. But it looks like it's finally getting the better of him. That Dory was infected by it from the start.
I will restore them. I must. Alessandra! Allegoria! Both shall live again!
You'd really do that? You'd destroy whole countries, steal countless souls, just to get what you want? You think that's love? Then you don't deserve to love. And you sure as hell don't deserve to be a king.
You would defy me. You are me. We want the same thing. You wish to be reunited with those you love, just as I do.
No, it's not that simple.
My crimes will be more than outweighed by the revival of Allegoria, by the return of all that has been lost. Rise, beloved kingdom! Live again! Alessandra, my love, you are free at last! What is the meaning of this? You are not my Alissa!
Holy shit! This thing can break the boundaries between worlds.
But if she is truly lost, what will become of Allegoria? What will become of me?
I do not understand. So that wasn't her?
No.
I sensed the same darkness as before. I fear it was merely the Horned One unleashed. Which begs the question, where is Alessandra? Never mind that, you 8-old bride swabs, you. What about that terror in the very skies themselves, damn it all? Did you see how the edges were crumbling? If we can't close it up now, the whole world could be sucked inside. We need to close it. We need to beat that thing. Think you can fly us up there, Lofty? What are you saying, Mun? Of course I flipping can. Come on, Evan. Let's get up there and give old horny boy a piece of our minds. I suppose we did go to all the trouble of restoring Monstar. It'd be a shame not to use it. Monstar. Ugh, the very sword over which Alessandra and I swore our pact so long ago. Huh. Which might explain why it's the only thing that can penetrate the Horned One's defenses. Alright, everyone. Come on. It's time to defeat the Horned One and return peace to our world. Let's go.
Oi! Boosh! Get in! Everybody all right?
You're the one that got hit.
Where are we?
I guess Alessandra's old cradle.
I am counting on you all.
There's some ancient magic happening around these parts. I'm buzzing something fresh, but come over my ear when you get a chance, everyone. I've got a bit of love magic to let you.
Ow, 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 ow. Come on. Lofty? Ow, 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 ow.
Brace yourself. I reckon things are about to get hairy. What's that coming out of his chest?
Ow. Ow! Ow! Piece of crap. Lofty?
It was it! Quick! Wait! Grab this!
I would, but I can't see it. Ow. 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 Yeah. Hi.
It's now or never, forevermore, for the whole world!
Alessandra, is it really you?
It is, my love. But you did not free me from within the Horned One.
Hmm?
The Horned One was not born of the wrath of the gods as you had thought. I wanted to be with you. I wanted it so much that I gave up the power of the Kingmaker.
What?
Once freed, that vast, insatiable power gave rise to a monster. The Horned One.
No.
Do you know how Kingmakers are born? They are born when a soul is sacrificed in order that a great power may be tamed. In unbinding my soul, I unleashed that power. By abandoning it, I committed an unforgivable crime. A crime for which I was punished.
So you have not returned to me?
Forgive me, my love. I am that which sealed away the Horned One's power. Only through my sacrifice could the power which poured forth from him be contained.
Then, by unleashing him, I have undone what good you wrought.
No, my love. For a great evil has left the world. The Horned One is defeated. And so, my role in containing him has come to an end. My soul can be at peace, at long, long last. Thank you for never ceasing to love me. We will meet again, dear heart. Not in this world, but somewhere, someday. Goodbye, my love, my darling. Goodbye.
Alyssa, no. Not yet. Alyssa!
Talaran.
Alessandra is no more. Allegoria will not rise again. All that I have loved is lost. Roland, tell me, what great wrong did I do to deserve this?
Sometimes the worst things can happen to good people.
Was it in surrendering to love that I erred? Or in accepting a crown of which I was not worthy?
You did no wrong. You just did what you could to keep your love for Alessandra alive and save your kingdom. That's life. People do what they can, try to live as best they can. And then the tide of history comes and sweeps them all away. My country was swept away too. I tried to stop it. Tried to prevent the war that would end it all. But you can't hold back the tide. And so it rolled in.
I have an idea. Why don't we make a new Allegoria?
A what?
Huh?
If it can't be brought back, I mean. We can build a new one instead.
A new one?
We did it. We built a new kingdom from nothing. A kingdom where everyone could live happily ever after. It was small at first, but it grew and grew, and thanks to its wonderful people, it eventually became a great nation. You can do the same, Doloran.
You truly think this possible?
Hey, he did it!
Maybe that's why I was brought here. The country Evan and I built together. It changed things for you, Doloran. For this whole world. No one needs to be a slave to the past anymore. Now we can look to the future.
Evan Petty-Whiskered Tildrum. You are yet young, but you are a great king indeed.
You really think so?
I will start afresh. I will build a new kingdom. For the sake of my departed subjects. For the sake of my beloved.
Hear, hear!
Well, I suppose that's your Alyssa giving you her blessing.
We come before you today to make a solemn oath in the presence of all our peoples.
United we stand as one single land.
Well now.
So it's time, huh?
Hey!
There you are, Roland! Is it... Are you?
Hey.
And here I was hoping you wouldn't have to see this. Looks like this is goodbye. Just about time I was heading back home. God, I'm starting to cry.
Well, Evan, see you around.
Goodbye, Roland.
Evan?
Who are you?
I think you know.
You're King Ferdinand, aren't you? You've been helping me all along.
Yes and no. I am Ferdinand. But it's really you who's been helping me.
What?
Everything I've told you, you told me first.
I don't understand.
This is going to sound strange, but I can send my mind through time. It's a gift I've had since I was born. And using it to visit you seemed like the obvious thing to do. I mean, who wouldn't want to find out what his famous father was like as a child?
Father?
Yes, you are my father, and I am your son.
What?
I promised that I would live up to your legendary achievements, but before I could do that, I had to see them for myself. The things I said to you, those words of wisdom, they were all yours.
But Ferdinand lived long ago. He...
I'm afraid that was just Bodley's little joke. She's no historian, you see. She's a seer. She didn't tell you what had happened. She told you what was going to happen. About how I would become the first king to unite the whole world.
So you did? I mean, you will?
Yes. You started it all by uniting the 5 great realms. But there were plenty of others. Smaller perhaps, but realms just the same. Each with its own particular problems. Poverty, war, and any number of other things. None of them easy to solve. But solve them you did. One by one by one.
And you?
Yes. I carried on what you started. And in the end, I finished it.
I come before you, a true king at last. I, Ferdinand, have brought together the peoples of every nation under the heavens. The great work my beloved father began is finally complete, and the world stands united under a single banner. I hereby swear, in the name of King Evan, to safeguard this hard-won peace, for as long as I shall live.
And with that, my promise to Nella was fulfilled at long, long last.
So, I was in Kuni II Revenant Kingdom. Oh my god, that was great. I loved every minute of it. I love the way the characters interacted with each other. They had such good chemistry, especially Evan and Roland. The story was well written, the characters were beyond charming, gameplay was fun, game looked amazing, acting was great. Soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack was so good. Joe Hisashi is not a legend for nothing. And, oh god, that ending. I swear I was gonna cry. Actually, I was crying, now that I think about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Stay tuned for an after credits cutscene. I'll see you in the next weekly. Till then, this is the Gamer Girl signing off. Bye-bye.
be arriving at the World Unification Summit shortly, Mr. President.
Thanks.
You seem happy.
Not really. We still have a mountain to climb. I can't imagine convincing all the nations of the world to sign up to this will be easy.
It's never been done before, I guess, but if you could pull it off, wow.
Oh, it's been done all right.
Really?
Sure. In a little country a long, long way from here.